right, welcome to today's episode of Tomorrow's Leader, where we dive deep on all things leader related to leading yourself and leading others. I'm John Laurito, your host today. Beautiful October day. I just love October. I'm in Holly Springs, North Carolina, and I will tell you, shout out to all my people up in New England, my friends. I envy you this time of year because it is absolutely the best place to be, but I love it down here. I will tell you, the leaves are turning and it is beautiful, crisp weather. New England has the best, if you've never been up there, up to like Vermont and New Hampshire especially, and you've never been up there, you have never seen fall foliage like this. It is unbelievable. It is like a painting. You can't even capture it properly in a photograph. Do you ever take a photograph and you look and you're like, wait a sec, that does not look like what I'm looking at? Someday they'll invent a camera, because even the best cameras can't capture the beauty of the scenery around you. It's unbelievable. And I just was in Scottsdale with Nick, my son, and we took a hike on Pinnacle Peak, and it was beautiful. And we took these pictures. For those of you who are on my Facebook, you see them on Facebook. They're beautiful pictures, but they don't do it justice at all. So in any event, that is without a doubt the place to go is New England. So I digress. Here was my message today. This is more of a question than it is even a message. The question is really having to do with, as a leader, what is your alpha? And what I mean by that is, alpha is a term with investments that basically is, with an investment, what is the difference, the added incremental difference in performance with this investment over its benchmark in the industry, or its benchmark in the investment category, rather. So it's really attributable. Another way to look at it is, what is the portfolio manager's impact on this fund or this portfolio? And I look at leadership the same way. So asking yourself that question, okay, if I wasn't here in this organization and an average leader took over my role, what is the difference between what I am doing and the results I'm getting and how I'm impacting people versus the average leader? And it's really interesting to think about, what is the added incremental difference? In some organizations, it could be, hey, if there was no leader here at all, maybe I've got a newly created position. So what is the added incremental difference by me being here? What am I doing that would not be done otherwise? How are people impacted? How are people challenged to do things? And what I find is, when you operate with that question in your mind, you tend to do things more consciously that are going to drive higher alpha. It's just a way to kind of think through what you are doing, and the difference between leadership and management. That's what this all comes down to. Leaders they have alpha. Nothing to do with alpha male or anything like that, or alpha personality. Leaders have and create alpha, which is the incremental difference. Managers maintain, leaders change and enhance and help people do things that they never would have been able to do without them. Leaders leave people better than they found them. Leaders help people go down different paths they wouldn't have gone before. Leaders help people move faster than they would have made before. Leaders help people have more confidence than they would have had before. Leaders help people step outside their comfort zone more than they would have before, or even to begin with when they wouldn't have before. These are the things that leaders do, but it doesn't happen unless that leader is truly leading. And sometimes even the best leaders can fall into that maintenance mode, especially if you've built a great organization. You know, I used to think about this a lot, because I've taken organizations from the bottom and turned them around and got them to be top performing organizations, which is great. Once you get up there, though, what you have to be thinking about is, okay, it's almost easy to become complacent. Maybe you're, a sports team or whatever. You've gotten so high and you're now so successful. It's thinking about, how do we maintain and how do we keep this going? And in reality, it's how do we keep getting better? And what am I doing as the coach or the leader to help our organization beat out the organization that we're currently? So if we were going to come in, what would the organization look like that would actually put us out of business? And how do we become that organization and keep pushing? And that's the alpha that a leader makes. So again, today's podcast, short, I wanted to put that thought or that question in your mind. I'm going to bring some other ideas over the next few podcasts that I think are going to add some significant ammunition to your efforts to become and actually create that alpha. But for right now, it's getting the wheels turning. Put that question in your head. So what kind of alpha are you driving? As always, I appreciate your suggestions for comments, content rather, and for guests. And you know the deal. Like, subscribe, share, go down below, give a 5-star review, all that kind of good stuff. And we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.